How you doing, guys? I want to take a minute to talk about obesity and its relationship to poverty in America. It's a very real issue. Obesity was first declared an epidemic in the 1980s. 1980s is a key point here, guys. I want you to remember this because I'm going to bring this up later on. Um, People who live in poverty and people who live just inside the middle class, they can afford to eat healthy. They can afford to buy exercise equipment and stuff like that. And we're all busy. I mean, you know, um, I go to work all day. I come home and I go to school all night. And if I had exercise equipment at home, yes, I'd probably exercise. I know I would exercise. If I had more money, yes, I would probably eat healthy. Um, this being said, I'm not saying that I do everything healthy. But I would definitely do more if I could afford it. Um, these pro health companies are selling health equipment and health food at ridiculously high prices. I'm going to show you that the government may even have a connection to this, and I will prove that this is an advertising scheme. This is a marketing scheme. Um, Everybody's always wanted to be skinny. That's just a known fact. I mean, it's just everybody wants to be smaller than they are. Um, Now, that being said, it wasn't until the 1980s that owning healthy equipment and eating healthy and living healthy and personal training and all that stuff had become a fad, uh, and quote unquote fad. Um, Nowadays you see celebrities with work that's my workout room, but they never work out. I mean, maybe 20%, or maybe those who need movie roles and stuff like that. um Now, not only was obesity declared an epidemic in the 1980s, but in the 1980s is when uh this fad really took off. This advertising scheme really took off around this time. Um, and some of this research that I've done is quite shocking. Some of it, I know that I can afford to eat healthy, and I know that healthy food has gotten more and more expensive, but I haven't realized that it has gone up this much. I mean, um, obesity and poverty rates in the U.S. are closely related. Many researchers will agree to this. Miss Nestle with FoodPolitics.com said people are highly influenced by the price of food. If you don't have any money to go into the store to buy some fresh fruits, you might decide it's cheaper to have a couple fast food hamburgers. This is so true. When I read this hit home for me. I mean, this is my lunch break, like written down on a website somewhere. I mean, it's true, and I'm not the only one affected. Many of you out here who view this will be, are affected. A study was done in Oklahoma on preschoolers on WIC. 30.7% were more overweight than other children, and 13.7 were more obese. And this was written by Mr. Whedon in 2012. Um, Also, this is probably one of my more shocking revelations. Since 1980, once again, when this fad took off, okay, um, the Commerce Department tracks and indexes price of foods. Its data shows that index price of fresh produce has increased 40% since 1980, whereas the price of sodas and processed food has declined by 10 to 30%. This is just astonishing. I mean, when I read this just backed up my theory. This just, in my mind, proved, okay, everything I've been thinking about is true. It's true. I mean, and it's not just happening to us. It's not just happening to one region. It's happening all over the U.S. New York Times wrote a piece saying that the rate of heart attack and hospitalizations among adults 35 and older in East New York is nearly twice the rate in wealthier Brooklyn Heights and Park Slope. However, the recognition of poverty itself in relation to obesity and itself as being a public health problem is not realized, is not brought to the table by the government or people who can actually do something about it. Um, the name of this article, written by Miss Belafonte in the New York Times, is "In Obesity Epidemic, comma, Poverty is an Ignored Contagion." That right there, to me, says a mouthful, folks. Um, it really does. Um, I was asked in College Comp 2 to write a paper and a big idea and a solution of something that I was passionate about. I chose this because I've been passionate about it. I've been living this for the past couple of years. Um, I believe that as a writer that you should want to get some type of common ground. I like to ask questions. I like to give forceful statements in my writing. I like to write in second person to get more personal with the reader because, I mean, first of all, no one's going to read something they're not interested in or doesn't relate to them. I mean, no one does that. Um, now you might read something that's not related to you but that you're interested in, or you might read something that you're not interested in but that relates to you. Writing is supposed to be informative or and um, entertain to entertain. Um, Now, what shocked me is that when I submitted my report and I got my results back, um, what shocked me is that academic writing wants you to not write in second person. They don't want you to ask questions. They don't want you to get on a personal level with the audience, which makes no sense to me. Because why would I just prove that? Why would I just prove to an academic reader that I can write academically? Wouldn't I want to not only write to an academic reader to prove that I can write academically, but also to make that reader want to act upon what he's reading? Um, that's the point of anything I write about. I want someone to take action from it, or at least want them to be informed on the topic, to be let known what's going on. Um, anyway, so that hurt my grade, but anyway, this still leaves the real problem. Obesity in America, it's killing people. Um, the government can do something about this. The government can fix this. They regulate the price of energy. They regulate the price of gasoline. They regulate anything they consider a necessity. Cell phones, people. Cell phones have been considered a necessity. They regulate the cost of cell phones. Why don't they regulate the cost of things that can cause life or death? You know, healthy food should be regulated, because healthy food and healthy equipment is needed for our day-to-day lifestyles. And I say healthy equipment because of the busyness of most Americans today, most working Americans. They deem cell phones a necessity because of the popularity of them. So wouldn't the other reason be supportable? And B, it's life or death here, people. Um, Cell phones are not. So now, I believe that the government needs these companies are closely related. I believe that they invest in each other because it's an advertising scheme. It's been going on for over 30 years now. Um, these companies, they use what's called subliminal messaging to get you to buy their product. Um, for those of you who think that these companies wouldn't do that, they put subliminal messaging in TV. They put it on billboards. They put it everywhere to make you want to buy their product. Look up what subliminal messaging is. I don't have a lot of time. Basically, your subliminal mind picks it up, but your actual thinking mind doesn't. Your comprehensive mind doesn't realize it saw it. Subliminal mind does, and it plays a key role in what you buy. Studies have been done. It's been proven. It's not sci-fi bullcrap. Look it up. Um, with that, I want to say that we need to voice up. Not enough is being done about this. We need to voice. We need to let the government know, hey, people in poverty, people in the lower middle class, and don't say, hey, people in poverty get food stamps. Look, dude, I have a family of 3. My wife makes $10 an hour. We're not considered poverty. We don't get food stamps. $10 an hour? Is that enough for 3 people to eat healthy? No, we can barely eat. How can we eat healthy? Jesus. Stop thinking with your pride. Stop thinking with what you were taught growing up. Think for yourself. You know, um, don't think because of what everyone else thinks. I'm giving you facts. I'm giving you my opinion with it, and you can take that and do what you want. Walk into a store. Look around you. Um, just take the time. And I want you guys to know that I'm for this. If any of you have anything to say, please let me know. You will be seeing more of me because I will be doing more research on this, and hopefully we can get something going. Thanks.